are going to discuss about the interference of light. We are going to discuss. So what is meant by interference of light means basically the redistribution of light energy when two or more waves superpose each other. So what we can tell here, the redistribution of light energy or light rays when two or more waves are superpose each other is called what? We can call it as interference. So what are the things we have to discuss in interference means the basic things which we learned in 10th also same as 11th also same as 12th only. 12th also same as 11th. So if you observe here, now what we are having means here. So let me take two light sources here. This is one light source and I am having another light source here. This is another light source. So from light source 1, one ray is traveling. From light source 2, another ray is traveling and getting superposed at this position. How much this light ray travel means x1 distance. How much this light ray travel x2 distance. Means how can we write it? Wave equation means y1 equal to what we can write here? A1 sine omega t plus kx1. So and y2 can be written as what here? Y2 equal to sine A2, amplitude is different I am writing, sine omega t, omega 1t you write it, omega 2t write plus kx2. Displacement traveled by particle x2, x1 here. Okay. Now if you observe here, now first what we need to calculate, we need to calculate phase difference. This sine of complete angle is there, no? We can call this as phase generally. Now what we are going to find? Phase difference. Phase difference we are going to calculate. So phase difference if we are going to discuss here, no? Delta phi we need to check. That's nothing but phi 2 minus phi 1. Phi 2 is how much? This complete angle omega 2t plus kx2 minus phi 1 value is how much? This is complete is phi 1 value omega 1t plus kx1. Now what we are doing means we are opening brackets phi 2 minus phi 1 equal to, and we are taking one assumption here, always omega 1 value should be equal to omega 2, that should be equal to how much? Some angular frequency, same frequency, we can call it as omega. So omega t plus kx2, and I am sending this minus inside here. Omega 1 also can be written as what? Omega na minus omega t minus kx1. Omega t will get cancelled. Delta phi we can write it, phi 2 minus phi 1 can be written as delta phi equal to kx2 minus kx1 we can write it. Therefore delta phi equal to what we can write it? K times the x2 minus x1 we can write it. Therefore delta phi can be written as k times the delta x we can write it. This is the relation between what means? This is called what here? Angle difference, that is called phase difference. Phase difference. And this is called what we can call it as means path difference, we can call it as path difference. And here k is called what means? Wave number, that is can be written as what here? 2 pi by lambda we can write it. So k can be written as what here? Wave number 2 pi by lambda, where lambda is nothing but wavelength we have to remember. Okay, this is the main equation which we have to remember here. Relation between phase difference and path difference. Next we are going to discuss amplitude. We need to discuss here. How to discuss amplitude means, let me go to next slide. Yes. So y equivalent can be written as what here? Y equivalent is nothing but y1 plus y2, which we can write it here. So y1 value is how much? Let me substitute. Y equal to a1 sine omega t plus kx1. Y2 value is how much? a2 sine omega t plus kx2. We have to add these two SHMs. If you want to add these two SHMs, no, how can you write this resultant means y equal to a net sine omega t, a net sine omega t. One second, let me erase this. Add these two vectors. Now how to do the here? Y equal to what we can write it? A net amplitude into sine omega t plus alpha or minus alpha we can write it. Plus or minus alpha we can write it. How to calculate A net means, A net you need to calculate means, this is nothing but amplitude of 1, this is nothing but amplitude of 2. We need to choose, treat these two are two vectors and we have to solve. True vectors means we have to use parallelogram of vectors. A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2, what will get it here? Cos theta na? Cos theta, cos phi we can write it. So, if you observe here, no, A net square can be written as what here? A net square equal to A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos phi, which we can write it here. A net square can be written as what? A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos phi, which we can write it. Now, this amplitude we need to relate with the intensity we need to relate here. So, intensity equation we learned in 11th standard. Let me revise you people. Intensity of a wave. Intensity of a wave. So we might be studied like this. Intensity of a wave can be written as I equal to 2 pi square amplitude square frequency square into rho v. I might be given short trick to remember. All friends rhone wala. A stands for what here? Amplitude. F stands for frequency. Rho stands for density. V stands for velocity. So this is nothing but 2 pi square f square rho v, you can write it. If you observe here, no, intensity and amplitude relation I want. Intensity is directly proportional to what we can write it here? A square. Therefore I is directly proportional to A square. I equal to what we can write it? K into A square. K some constant we can choose here. Like this we'll get it here. So now let me mention amplitude in terms of what? Intensity and intensity amplitude of intensity. Now let me choose here. I net we are having, so I equal to K square we got it na. So I1 can be written as what here? K into A1 square can be written as. I2 can be written as what? K into A2 square can be written as. I net can be written as what? K into A net square we can write it. Okay. Similar way, K into A1 square, K into A2 square, how can you write it like check? K into A1 square into K into A2 square is equal to what we can write? K into A1 square can be written as I1. K into A2 square can be written as I2. Therefore, K square A1 square A2 square equal to what we can write it? I1 I2. If I send this complete square that side, what will happen? K A1 A2 can be written as what here? Under root I1 I2 we can write it. So these are all the basics which you have to remember to derive that intensity equation here. So let me check that intensity equation. How will we get that intensity equation? Let me change the slide. Yes. Now if you observe here, no, what is the amplitude equation? We got it here. A net square equal to A1 square plus A2 square plus 2 into A1 into A2 into cos phi we got it now. Now what we are doing is we are multiplying on both sides with K. So K into A net square is equal to what we can write it? K into A1 square plus K into A2 square plus 2K A1 A2 cos phi. So in previous slide if you observe here, no, K into A net square can be written as what here? I net we can write it. That equal to K into A1 square can be written as I1 plus I2. K into A1 A2 can be written as 2 into under root I1 I2 as I showed you proof into cos phi we can write it here. So this almost looks like what means A plus B whole square form except cos phi here. This is the intensity equation which you have to remember, and this is the amplitude equation which you have to keep in mind. If A1 equal to A2 equal to A, what will happen? We have to check. Means if amplitudes are equal, if A1 equal to A2 equal to A means A net equal to what we can write it here? Under root of A square plus 2A into cos phi. Therefore what will happen? A net can be written as what here? A square root 2A square. Therefore under root 2A square plus 2A square into cos phi we can write it here. So this can be written as what here? A net equal to under root 2A square and root 2A square we can take common now. If we take that now, root 2 and square will get cancelled for A into under root what will get it here? 1 plus cos phi we will get it. 1 plus cos phi can be written as what here? 2 cos square phi by 2 you can write it. Therefore a net equal to, you know that 1 plus cos phi can be written as what here? 2 cos square phi by 2. So if you substitute that now, root 2a into root of 2 cos square phi by 2 you can write it here. So what will happen? This square and root will get cancelled here for this, and root 2 into root 2 will be how much? 2. Therefore a net equal to how much will get it? 2a cos phi by 2 will get it. This is when applicable na? When a1 equal to a2 equal to a, so net amplitude will get like 2a cos phi by 2 will get it here. This is the relation which we have to understand here for net amplitude when a1 equal to a2. Let me discuss net intensity. Net intensity when intensities of both waves are equal, when I1 equal to I2 equal to I. What is net intensity equation we are having means I net equal to, just now we derived that, I1 plus I2 plus 2 into under root I1 I2 cos phi we are having here. So if I1 equal to I2 equal to I means, in the place of I1 I2 I am going to substitute same intensity, I plus 2 into under root I into I will be I square into cos phi. Square root will get cancelled. I plus I is nothing but how much will get it here? I net equal to I plus I will be 2I plus 2I cos phi we are having. So if we take here 2I outside now, 2I I took outside, 1 plus cos phi. 1 plus cos phi can be written as what here? So just now written here 1 plus cos phi can be written as 2 cos square phi by 2, we can write it here. So if you substitute this value in the following equation, I net equal to what we got it? 2I into 2 cos square phi by 2. 2 cos square phi by 2. Therefore I net equal to 2 to 4. 4I cos square phi by 2. When intensities are equal, no, final intensity value how much we got it? 4I cos square phi by 2. Many places it will be help you directly while solving the MCQs numericals for CBSE and JEE, NEET and all. Here what we are going to calculate? Regular one. If I1 is not equal to I2, we are going to use this fellow. Okay. Now we have to discuss what is meant by constructive interference, what is meant by destructive interference. Constructive interference. Constructive interference. Constructive interference means amplitude should be maximum, intensity should be maximum. For these both maximum should happen means cos phi value should be equal to 1. Cos phi value should be how much? 1 we are. Yes. Now let me discuss here about what constructive interference. Constructive interference where intensity where amplitude is maximum, intensity is maximum, and cos phi should be value 1. So amplitude should be intensity. Let me take I net equal to what we are having? I1 plus I2 plus 2 into under root I1 under root I2 cos phi. Cos phi value should be maximum is how much? That should be tends to what? 1 here. Therefore it looks like what almost here? I net equal to I1 plus I2 plus 2 under root I1 I2 will get it. So what we can write is, it looks like almost we can write like this: I net equal to under root of I1 plus under root of I2 whole square, we can write it here. This is how we can write the square root here. It looks like what? A plus B whole square na, under root I1 whole square, square root will get cancelled. Under root I2 whole square, square root will get cancelled. 2 into under root I1 I2. A plus 2AB form, we got it here. Fine, let me change the slide here. We got like under root of I1 plus I2 whole square. Now we are going to discuss about what? Let me discuss if intensities are equal. If intensities are equal, I1 equal to I2 equal to I means, so I net equal to how much will get it? I net equal to under root of I plus under root of I whole square. So I net equal to what will get it means basically here 4I you will get it here. If you expand this, how much will get it? 4I. I plus 2 into I will be 4I will get it actually here. Next what we want to get? Amplitude we need to discuss here. So amplitude whole get it here means amplitude a net square equation we are having. A net square equal to what we are having? A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos phi we are having. Cos phi value should leads to 1 means A net square can be written as what here? A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 net. It looks like A plus B whole square formula again. A1 plus A2 whole square. This square will get cancelled if I apply root here now. Therefore, net amplitude can be written as A1 plus A2 which we can write it. This is the net amplitude equation which we got it here. And if you want to write here now, if A1 value equal to A2, if A1 equal to A2 means what equal to A means what will happen? A plus A will be 2A. Therefore, A net can be written as what here? 2A, which we can write here. This is nothing but A net. When A1 equal to A, will get it here. Next, cos phi values we have to discuss here. Cos phi value should be equal to how much here? Cos phi equal to what? 1. Cos phi equal to 1 means this phi value should be how much means? Cos 0 is nothing but 1 na? Yes, 0. Cos 2 pi equal to 1, 2 pi. Cos 4 pi equal to 1, 4 pi. All even number of pi's it will gives. That's why delta phi value you can write like 2n pi, I can write it here. So n is nothing but even numbers all numbers. N equal to 2n by written na? Integers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on we can write it. For example, 0 if you substitute now here, 2 into 0 will be 0. 1 if you substitute now, 2 into 1 will be 2 pi. If you substitute 2 here now, 2 into 2 will be 4 pi will get like this. Next what will get is 6 pi will get like this and so on. You got delta phi value. How to get delta x value means delta x values will get like this. Delta phi equal to 2 pi by lambda into delta x. Just now path difference, phase difference relation are given. So delta phi value how much we got it? 2n pi we got it here. Just we substitute that 2n pi into, if I send this figure here no, LHS side, lambda by 2 pi equal to delta x. Pi will get cancelled, 2 will get cancelled, 2 will get cancelled. Yes, 2 will get cancelled. What remains here? N lambda. Therefore, delta x equal to n lambda we got it. Means delta x values can be written as, from what all we can write it? 0 lambda is nothing but 0, 1 lambda is nothing but lambda, 2 lambda is nothing but 2 lambda, 3 lambda and so on. N values remain same thing for this fellow also. So delta x equals to n lambda, n value should start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we can write it here. So what is the constructive interference means? Amplitude should be maximum, intensity should be maximum. That's why we'll get it here. We get a bright patch here. We get a bright patch. Bright patch. That is also can be called as maxima on the screen. Bright patch are what will get it here? Maxima will get it here. It's about destructive interference. Destructive interference. Destructive interference का मतलब, so interference where amplitude and intensity is minimum. Amplitude minimum. Amplitude A net should be what? Minimum. Second point, I net should be what? Minimum. When these all cases we can achieve means when cos phi value should be equal to -1, because cos phi value minimum can be possible, what means only -1 can be possible. That's why we can achieve this case when cos phi value should be equal to -1. No, that case only we can achieve this thing. Fine, let me discuss about the first net intensity. I net equal to what we are having? I1 plus I2 plus 2 into I1 root I1, right? Root I1 root I2 cos phi. Cos phi value from here what we can write it? Cos phi equal to -1 we can write it here. When cos phi equal to -1, this can be written like this. I net equal to I1 plus I2. Here minus is there. Minus into plus will be what? Minus 2 under root I1 I2. This becomes like I net equal to what we can write it? I1 minus I2 whole square, we can write it, but square root is there for both, under root of I1 minus I2 whole square. If you expand that, you will get same answer again. Okay, so next what we want to discuss here means, this is a minimum, I minima. So if you assume when I1 equal to I2 equal to I, so what will get it, I minimum equal to what will get it that case, under root I minus under root I whole square. Therefore I minimum equal to what will get it here, 0 will get it here. That is minimum case. So maximum what we got, under root of I1 plus I2 whole square we got it. Minimum what we got it here, under root of I1 minus under root of I2 whole square. From where we got this formula, A minus B whole square we just written. Thus can be written as A square plus B square minus 2AB, we can write it. From there only we rewritten this formula. Fine. Next what we are going to discuss means, we are going to discuss about the net amplitude here. Net amplitude means nothing but what here, A net. A net can be written as what here, under root of A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos phi. Cos phi value should be equal to how much, minus 1. Therefore A net can be written as what here, under root of A1 square plus A2 square minus 2A1 A2. So it looks like what again, A minus B whole square, na, A square plus B square minus 2AB. So if you substitute that now, A net equal to what will get it here, A1 minus A2 whole square under root will be there here. Let me go to next slide. So A net equal to what we got it here, A net equal to under root of I1 minus under root of I2 whole square, under root of A1 minus under root of A2 whole square we got it. So sorry, I am going to write intensity here again. A net, right? A net equal to what we got it, A1 minus A2 whole square we got it here. So what will happen, A1 minus A2 whole square, under root we are having a square root will get cancelled. A net equal to what will get it here, A1 minus A2. When amplitudes are equal, when A1 equal to A2 equal to A, what will happen means, A net equal to A minus A will get it. A minus A will be how much will get it, amplitude net will be 0 will get it here. Okay, that is what destructive interference. Then you have to name on cos phi. You have to discuss about the cos phi. Cos delta phi value should be equal to how much? Right now cos delta phi value should be equal to how much? Minus 1. Therefore delta phi values can be cos phi 180. Now 180 is nothing but pi, next 3 pi, next 5 pi, next 7 pi. These all values can give negative values only. So we can tell odd number of pi's will give the minus 1 values. Therefore delta phi can be written as what I can write means, 2n minus 1 into pi we can write it here, because n value should be how much will get it, n equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on, you can write it, not from 0. We substitute now delta phi value. If I substitute 1 here, 2 into 1 will be 2, 2 minus 1 will be 1 pi. If you substitute 2 here now, 2 into 2 will be 4, 4 minus 1 will be 3 pi, will get like that. That's why n value should start from 1, 2, 3 and 2n minus 1 we have to write it here. So if you get to know phase difference, we need to calculate path difference. Path difference equal to what we are having, delta phi equal to k into 2 pi by lambda. K value is nothing but 2 pi by lambda into delta x. Delta phi value what we got it, 2n minus 1. I am shifting this value here. If I shift this side now, lambda by 2 pi equal to delta x we are having. So here what we are having here, 2n minus 1 pi, right? Pi we are missing here. Pi will get cancelled. Therefore delta x equal to 2n minus 1 lambda divided by 2 we got it here. See, if you want, we can observe these all values. What we can write it means here, n value we substitute 1 now. So delta x equal to 2n minus 1 na, that's nothing but 2 minus 1 is nothing but 1, that's nothing but lambda by 2. So lambda by 2. Next if you substitute now 2 here, what will get it, 2 2 is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3, 3 lambda by 2, 2 3 is 6, 6 minus 1 is nothing but 5, 5 lambda by 2, similar ways 7 lambda by 2 and so on will be getting here. So what we get it here means, we get a dark patch here, we get a dark patch. Dark patch is called what generally, minima. Minima will get it here. So generally what we written I max means here, I max equal to what we written here, I max equal to under root of I1 plus under root of I2 whole square, sir. I minimum can be written as what here? I minimum can be written as under root of I1 minus under root of I2 whole square. For both of them square is there, no? I can write like this. So I max by I minimum equal to under root of I1 plus under root of I2 whole square, under root of I1 minus under root of I2 whole square. I can write like this. Every year going to come at least one question here. And you know that, so intensity is directly proportional to what here? A square, right? Amplitude square, na? Therefore, I max by I min can be written as what here? A1 plus A2 divided by A1 minus A2 whole square, we can write it. Because intensity is directly proportional to A square here. That's how we written A1 plus A2 divided by A1 minus A2. These both formulas are very important to solve the your NCET numericals or competitive numericals. In JEE, every year at least one question they are going to ask you from here. Discuss about the constructive interference, destructive interference summary here. So what is meant by constructive interference means we studied that A net should be maximum, I net should be maximum. When we can achieve this condition means when cos phi value should be equal to 1. Then what is meant by destructive interference here? Destructive interference means A net should be minimum, I net should be minimum, and cos phi value should be equal to how much we'll get it? Minus 1. After solving these all things, A maxima, how much we got it? A maxima is nothing but A1 plus A2 just. I maxima, how much we got it? I maxima equal to under root of I1 plus under root of I2 whole square we derived. Similar way, A minima, how much we got it here? A1 minus A2. I minima, what we got it here? Root of I1 minus root of I2 whole square, we got it here. Now, cos phi value, how much we have to write it means we already mentioned here cos phi values. If you observe here, no, if I1 equal to I2 or A1 equal to A2, what we can write? If A1 equal to A2, A plus A will be, A max will be 2A, will get it. If I1 equal to I2, I net will get as what? 4I. I max equal to 4I. This case, if A1 equal to A2, if A1 equal to A2, the difference will become like 0. A minimum will get as what? 0. Similar way, I minimum, how much will get it when I1 equal to I2? I minimum also, how much will get it? 0, which we can mention here. Next, what we have to discuss means delta phi. Delta phi equal to what we got it here? 2n pi, where n value should be 0, 1, 2, 3. And delta x equal to what we got it here? N lambda, and n value should be from where here? Same thing, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Here delta phi, phase difference value, how much we got it? Delta phi equal to 2n minus 1 into pi, which we mentioned. N value should start from where we told 1, 2, 3 and 4 and so on. Similar way, delta x equal to what we got it? Lambda by 2 times the 2n minus 1, which we have derived here. Next, what we get it here? We'll get a bright patch here. Bright patch. What we get it here? Dark patch, which we got it. Dark patch means minima, bright patch means maxima, which we got it here. So relation between these two, we frame one more equation here. That's nothing but what we can write it here. I max by I minima. I max to the I minima equal to what we written here. That equal to under root of I1 plus under root of I2 divided by under root of I1 minus under root of I2 whole square, which will get it here. That equal to what we can write it? A1 plus A2 divided by A1 minus A2 whole square, we got it. Other way around, if A max by A min, if you want, what we can write it? A max by A min. A max, if you observe here, no, A1 plus A2, A min is how much we can write it? A1 minus A2. Therefore, A1 plus A2 divided by A1 minus A2. And I net intensity general formula, if I1 equal to I2, what we got it? 4I cos square phi by 2, we got it. This is also one of the most important formula to solve the NEET, CET and competitive questions. So these are the summary points which you have to remember for the all competitive exams MCQs for CBSE, JEE, NEET, CET. For these all things, for sure you have to remember the set of the formulas for the solving the MCQs. So this is for today's lecture. Thank you, dears. For better preparation, revise once again this all lecture. And for PDF link of above this above lecture, you can go to description box. You can check the PDF link of this class.